Shop talk, shayat, shayat, shaddy up, shayat, day, shaya, shayat up, shop tie, shaddy up, shop talk.
What's going on, you good people? In my Ashlyn Cole voice. What's going on, good people? It is your man, Demetrius Toll-Free, and you're tuned into another edition of Shop Talk, everyone's favorite show right here on everyone's favorite network. You know what it is. Listen, those of you who are hanging out with us now, I know, I say this every week, but you really have no idea how many people hit us up and remind us about how they were tuned in or whatever the case may be. So if you are tuned in live on Facebook or YouTube, and we are streaming on several channels today, feel free to chime in the comments and let us know that you are tuned in. Or if you do like many people do, and you watch this stream a little later in the day or a little later in the week, it is all good. We want to welcome you to today's show, as well as I want to, as I always do, welcome all of our radio partners from around the country. Shop Talk is now syndicated on several networks around the country. And I wanted to take this time to say thank you to the station managers and to the radio station owners who have thought it kind to allow Shop Talk to be on their networks. We want to say thank you. Nonetheless, welcome to today's show. We've got a lot of things to talk about. Listen, let's get started by letting you know my name is Demetrius Toll-Free. And how do you know it's Demetrius Toll-Free? Because it says so right there. It says so right there on the screen. You can follow me everywhere at DTollfree, at DTOLEFREE. That's on Facebook. That is on Instagram. That's on Twitter if you use it. Now available on YouTube and so many other places. We've got a great show lined up for you. So do me a favor. Why don't you do like I always ask? Get on the phone, call, text, tweet, Facebook, MySpace, Instagram, Social Cam, Periscope, Marco Polo. But hey, you know who you got to tell. You got to tell your mama, them Ray, Shay, Day, Delicious Nim, Nuck Nim, Pojo Nim. Let them all know that we are live right here, right now on the Shop Talk family of networks. And as we do this, listen, we're going to get ready to get some things going. Want to give a quick early warning shout out to my big cuz, well, my little cousin, I'm the big cuz, Shannon Smith, who is in the building. Shannon, who is somewhat of my neighbor, and he is my big bro in terms of when we go to the range to let off a little steam. He's the one that carries us through and gives us all the great instruction. Man, we need to get together real soon. I got some things I need to get off my chest or off my anyway, listen, let's get ready to get things going. If this is your first time joining in, welcome. If this is your second, third, fifth, 100th, 1000th time chiming in, welcome back. And you already know what this is. It's that good barbershop, beauty shop, coffee shop, nail shop, and Ikanache. Thank you. Donut Shop Talk, where literally no person and no subject is off limits. I am looking forward to a great show, but I can't do it without bringing up my first co-host, and I'll do that in just a second. Before I bring up my first co-host, let me just remind you that I want you to make sure that you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are starting to expand and doing some brand new shows. And I think what I want to be able to do is put some of these new shows specifically and exclusively on our YouTube channel. So you don't want to miss out. And you're saying, well, how do I subscribe? How do I make that happen? I knew you was going to ask that. All you have to do is just hit that or scan that QR code up in the corner, and it will take you straight to our YouTube page. All you have to do when you get there is just hit that like or subscribe button and hit that bell so that you can be notified every time we go live. It's something you don't want to miss. So take a moment, scan the QR code in the corner, and be able to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. All right, y'all. Now I am ready to keep things going, and now I am ready to bring up my first co-host out in let me see. I always want to give a different city, but I think I got it. Out in Hercules of California. And you know what happens? Anytime I'm getting ready to bring somebody up nowadays, I got my new theme, and that is Come and knock in my door. Come and knock in my door. Take a step, daddy's news. Hey, out in Hercules, California. Let's bring in my homegirl without any further ado, the incredibly talented Ashlyn Tara Cole. Ashlyn, girl, what is going on?
What's going on? I just realized I'm not. Let me get myself together because I got someplace to go.
Yeah.
Good morning, Dito. Good morning. I feel good today. I feel good. It's been I took a little hiatus from the show. For those of you that follow me on social media, you know that my daughter has relocated out of the country. She has moved out of the country. Lord Jesus, help me. But she is. We FaceTimed yesterday. She made it there. And she's so happy. And like as a parent, when you see your child glowing, like whatever it is that they've chosen to do, whether it's in a career or a move or a relationship or like whatever it is as a parent, as they get, she's 27 now. So she's doing grown folk things, okay? Like moving out of the country. I just like, oh my goodness, why should I be sad when she has so much joy? So this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away. So I'm so proud of her. And I would like to let y'all know that Burt's Bees really does work. Tito going like, what kind of transition was that? Look, my hands get super dry in the cold. And I know we're going to talk about the cold, look, because it's been cold. But I want to know that the cuticle cream Burt's Bees is amazing. It's amazing.
Okay.
If you have dry hands like me. Okay, that's all I have to say about
That
that.
it's all good. Now, I go through that every now and then. I use Eucerin is the one that I use.
That's the truth. That Nivea is a whole ministry. Woo! Yes.
Yeah, so that might be something we get a chance to talk about soon. Speaking of talking about things soon, I want to give a shout out to your almost bestie, as you call her, Stacey Williams is in the building. Shout out to my bro David Logan, also in the building as well. And then we got BTK. Alan McPherson, who says that he needs this hoodie. Listen, I tell you what, Alan McPherson, you couldn't have been more prophetic, because I was just getting ready to tell y'all, because Ashley had told us, man, the weather is changing. A couple weeks ago, it was still a little warm outside. You could still go outside with just, maybe a light parka on. But now, man, let me tell you, you need a whole everything. And so because of that, Ashley, we had Shop Talk and Freedom Radio. We got everybody covered. So why don't we take this quick moment? We'll be right back, y'all, with more. BTK, maybe you were prophetic, because we're coming right back with this. We'll be right back. Hey everyone, this is Demetrius Tollfree from your favorite radio show, Shop Talk, where literally no person or subject is off limits, with some great information that you want to hear. As you know, the season is starting to change from summer to fall and winter, and we don't want you to be left out in the cold. With that said, this is a perfect time for you to get your freedom gear. We have hoodies in an array of sizes and colors, both pullover and zip up. And we recently introduced some FDR beanies that will keep your head warm as well. As an added bonus, we have added some other great items in our store, such as AirPod cases, iPhone cases, masks, wireless chargers, hats, water bottles and mugs, and of course, t-shirts. Simply go to freedomradio.com/shop or open up the Freedom Radio app on your Apple or Android device and click the FDR Gear icon. Thank you so much for your continued support, and we know that freedom looks good on you. And we are back.
Oh, yes.
Welcome back to today's show. Shout out to Marcus Phillips with the background music on that particular video. Shout out to him. Listen, speaking of shout outs, I want to give a couple shout outs to some more people hanging out with us. Rhonda Jones. Rhonda Jones is in the building. We also have Chester Brooks, who says, "What up, though? I see you, bro. Glad to have you."
That's Detroit right there. What up, though? That's a Detroit. I'll be in Detroit next week.
Is that right? I have to keep
I will be.
to that. Shout out to Ja'Cory Prothro, who we'll get a chance to see in just a second. Shout out to my cousin out in Fort Worth, Texas. She calls herself Champagne. That ain't the name her mama gave her. That's her stage name. My first cousin, Champagne Washington, is in the building. Reg Murray. Reg, you couldn't have came in on a better day. I know you're probably at work, which is why I didn't bother you to join the show. But man, glad to have you hanging out with us. Also, shout out to my homie out in the ATL, who I have not seen in the flesh, as my grandmother would say. I know she meant flesh, but I haven't seen Sonia McGuire in a long time. Sonia, what is going on? We need to holler real soon. Shout out to Alicia Dace, also in the building. And we've got people making it happen. Yes, sir. Reg is in the building. Reg, man, we're going to be talking about you in just a moment, man. So hopefully you get to keep hanging out with us. Now, as we are doing all of these great things, you know what, Ashlyn? It wouldn't be the same unless we had another knock at my door, another knock at my door. Take a step that. Anyway, let's stay in the city of Hercules. Come out of Ashlyn's G14 classified location, make a couple of twists and turns, make a right, go all the way up, look to the cul-de-sac to the left, knock on the red door, and you will have, fresh from his tour of the ATL back in California after making a stop at the Chase Center on Sunday night. But he's here with us, and we're so honored and privileged to have him with us. Let's bring him up without further ado, the incredible Ja'Cory Prothro. Ja'Cory, man, what is going on?
It's cold. You gotta cover up your ears, your arms, your throat. What's up? Oh, that's a different look for me. I don't know what this is. Let's go. It's good.
It's all good. It's all good, man. We are glad to have you hanging out with us, man. And you couldn't have worn a better color. First of all, that is my favorite color. For those who don't know, red is my favorite color. And I know that you didn't know that, and our next co-host probably didn't know it, but she is here to represent my color. We're going to give her a moment to finish getting set up. Now, first of all, Ja'Cory, man, you've been in ATL for, 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months. You've been on tour all this time, man. What happened? How did things go in Atlanta? You muted yourself.
Oh.
It was wonderful. I love being in Atlanta because it just seems like our people come together a little better, and the churches, they're full. It's nothing like having church in a church where there's people to fellowship and praise with. We're a little weak in that area here in the Bay Area. Yeah. But I had a wonderful time.
That's dope, man. I love it. I'm glad you got a chance to get out and see your God kids, man, your girl, and make things happen, man. It was all good. I was glad to see those different videos that you was posting, man. It was definitely encouraging me to potentially get out of the cold and potentially take me a trip in the next couple of weeks. We will find out. Allegra just hit me up with a potential location that she wants to visit next, and we will see exactly what happens. I turned 55 earlier this year, and I said, you know what? I travel from time to time already, but I was like, you know what? It's time for me to just I didn't order some new bags. I should have had them in here. We'll talk about that maybe before the show is out. I ordered me some new bags, and they are red. Amen. They're red. I ordered some new bags. I'm ready to travel. I mean, I got a ton of bags. We talk about stuff like that all the time. But anyway, y'all got me encouraged. Let's see what happens. Now, in speaking of seeing what happens, I mentioned that my color is red. And my next co-host obviously didn't know that, but she couldn't be able to represent it in any better fashion. Let's get ready to reach out to the city of Charlotte, North Carolina. Let's get ready to bring up my homegirl after we hear another knock at my door, another knock. Anyway, let's bring up, without further ado, singer extraordinaire, graphic designer extraordinaire, the incredibly talented Yolanda Wild Praise Morant. Yolanda, welcome to today's show. I think I have her. I saw her. I thought I had her. Yolanda, are you there? If not, we'll bring her back. Yolanda? Oh, there she is. You good? Awesome. Awesome. All right. We see you now. I don't know if you can hear us that well, but listen, I see you are ready for today's show. Absolutely. It's all to the good. All right, y'all. Listen, we've got an incredible show lined up for you. Let's get ready to make some things happen. Let's get ready to talk about a few things today. Shout out to Denisha Sexton Dew, who is in the building. I don't even know if she's in the United States. Now, you want to talk about a traveler. She is one that is always got her foot in the air. We'll talk about some things about that in a minute. Matter of fact, we are decreeing this month, this whole month, we're going to give you traveling tips. We're going to give you traveling tips each week. We've got some for you today, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Let's get into today's National Day. I didn't do anything in history, so I'm sure Ashlyn will do something in a minute. But in terms of today's National Day, I've got two of them, and they're both interesting. Today's National Day, both of them are both interesting. First and foremost, in terms of today's National Day, it is National Roof Over Your Head Day. I'm going to say it again. Ashlyn looking at me like,
what's that even mean?
Day, National Roof Over Your Head Day. It was created as a day to be thankful to what you have, starting with the roof over your head. So there are many things that we can be thankful for, but today we're saying the first thing you should be thankful for is the mere fact that you have a roof over your head. Secondly, yeah, go right ahead. Yes, ma'am.
I put my church finger up because I was trying to get your attention.
Yes.
I realized that you might have thought I was pointing to the roof that was over my head, and maybe you didn't. Anyway, here's what I think. I think that we're in the 12th month of the year. It's the third day of the 12th month. I think that people ran out of things. They ran out of things. They ran out of things.
Wait till I tell you the next. Wait till I tell you the next one.
I'm staying tuned with eager anticipation.
Absolutely. Shout out to my bro, Pastor Jermaine Anderson, also in the building. What is up, bro? Glad to have you hanging out with us. Yeah, so first of all, today, National Roof Over Your Head Day. Secondly, and lastly, today is National Package Protection Day. Package Protection Day. It encourages homeowners to stay alert during these high delivery times. The Wednesday after Thanksgiving is a time to remind us to protect our homes against package theft, which becomes more and more prevalent during the holidays. So now I know that you live in a G14 classified location. You probably don't experience this, but even in the little city where I live, we have a group, a little Facebook group and a Ring doorbell group. And people packages are being stolen every single day. Every day we're being notified, hey, did you see this package? Did you see somebody in this area? Because my package has been stolen. So that's an interesting one. Package Protection Day. Ashlyn.
And look, I'll tell you, we actually did. We had the previous management in this building. We had a whole theft ring. In fact, they arrested somebody that was living in this building. They heard, they had a suspicion that they were taking packages because we had so many packages. In fact, it caused me to get a P.O. box because I was like, I'm so sick of these packages getting, they went into his apartment. His apartment was just full of boxes. He had just tens of thousands of things. Now, here's what I've seen some people recently do, and I've seen it in the past, but it's picked up now because of the holiday season, is they rig the fake packages. They rig fake packages to explode with paint when they open them.
I've seen those, yes.
And it's mean. It's mean. I have to say this, but you mind your business, okay? Mind your business, and maybe you won't get doused with paint. Okay, yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all good. Listen, well, those are our two official days of the week of today, rather national days. Want to give a shout out to my homie out in Stockton, California, Cydria Clark, who is in the building. What is going on, Sid? Glad to have you hanging out. Yes, ma'am, Ashlyn.
Well, I was going to continue on this day in Black history. FDR, I'm Irish, but yes. Anyhow, December 3rd, 1847. I know it's so long ago for us. None of us were born in 1947. Frederick Douglass and Martin Robinson Delaney published the first issue of the anti-slavery newspaper, The North Star.
Yes.
The very first issue in 18, I was thinking 19. No. 1847. My God. Also on this day, Thomas Hearns, you'll appreciate this detail. Thomas Hearns won the WBC junior middleweight title in 1982, becoming the first Black boxer to win titles in 5 weight classes.
Yeah, the Hitman from Detroit. You mentioned Detroit that you'll be visiting. That is where he's from. Still living, too. Incredible boxer from the 80s and early 90s. The great Tommy the Hitman Hearns. Great stuff. I love that. Shout out to my guy who is in the building, Pastor Damon Owens. What's up, bro? Glad to have you hanging out with us. And he tags into what you said. Ashley says that the North Star newspaper laid the foundation for Black media in America. And you are exactly right. I did see that information a little bit earlier. I didn't write it down, but I did read that in the news. All right, y'all, let's get ready to keep things going. And I have very quickly just a couple birthdays. Hopefully you all, hopefully this doesn't turn into a major conversation. We'll see. But today in birthdays, I just have a couple. Today is actor and comedian Tiffany Haddish. Today is her 46th birthday. Happy birthday to her. Happy birthday to rapper extraordinaire from Miami. Many of you probably see her on a weekly basis on Love and Hip Hop Miami. The rapper Trina. Today is her 49th birthday. Also, the incredible Hallelujah Benny Hinn. Benny Hinn.
Chando.
Hallelujah. Lift him up. Benny Hinn. Today is his 73rd birthday. The great Ozzy Osbourne, who actually passed a little earlier in this year, born in 1948 on this day, and then, of course, passed a little earlier this year. We all have heard about that whole thing, and certainly our prayers and thoughts are still with his family during this time. And then last but not least, I saved this one for last because we just came out of the season of Thanksgiving, so maybe we can add some forgiveness to it as well. Steve Harris, who turns 60 today. You may not know him by that and by his given name, but we all know him as Charles from Diary of a Mad Black Woman, the one that got thrown into the tub and all these ended up in a wheelchair. Have we forgiven him yet? Yeah. Have we forgiven Charles yet? That's really the question, because he can't play any other role. Any other role he plays, they still calling him Charles from that particular movie. Hopefully, as we have come through this season of Thanksgiving, hopefully we've had a chance to finally forgive Steve Harris, as he was just an actor in a movie, but he does turn 60. Right. Anyway, Ashlyn, we throw it out to you to encourage somebody during this birthday season.
Absolutely. So today is also Montel Jordan's 57th birthday. And if you are on social media at all, you know that he has been facing some health challenges. And so we want to definitely lift him up in prayer. But if today is your birthday, can you just take a minute to celebrate and just think about all the goodness? Be grateful for the roof over your head. Be grateful for the packages that are at your door that haven't been taken. Be grateful for soft skin in this cold weather. Amen. Can you just be grateful that you have sight and hearing and the activity of your limbs? And yes, you have seen one more year. Some people would say another turn around the sun, right? Or whatever people say. I don't, whatever that is. But anyway, celebrate what God has done in your life. And if you're in the midst of struggle, or you feel like, it's not on outside, but it's cold in here, let the Lord in. Let him in. He wants to love you. He wants to use you. He wants to mold you and shape you into the ideal person that he has created you to be. So on your birthday is a perfect time for you to just say, you know what? Bump all this. I'm listening to the Lord to tell me which direction I should be heading in. And so we're going to be there right there with you on your birthday. From all of us here at Freedom Radio, Shop Talk, and all of our affiliates, please have a wonderful, blessed, happy birthday.
That's good stuff. Thank you, Ashlyn. We appreciate that. And again, we welcome our friend Don't call her sis, but we welcome Yolanda Wild Praise Morant to the show. I mentioned Yolanda because Yolanda has been working feverishly behind the scenes to help push the Freedom brand further than what it has been. And I just want to take this moment to applaud you and just to say thank you for all of your efforts. And you're probably saying, well, what has she done? I'm about to tell you. She has been working feverishly behind the scenes to make things happen. And when I say by make things happen, she has been working. You know what? I tell you what. I said I was gonna give her a hand clap. So let me first of all see if I can. Yes.
That scared me.
My fault. I probably had the volume too loud. My fault. Anyway, so Yolanda has been working behind the scenes, and what she has just introduced, she talked to the station manager, and he gave her approval. God bless the station manager. God bless you, sir. Anyway, she talked to the station manager, and she has launched 2 new segments here on our home network. One is Music Mondays, and then secondly, she's also doing Freedom Fridays, where she is highlighting different artists and bringing them to the forefront, doing some interviews and making things happen. So Yolanda, first of all, I applaud you for taking on this task. But tell us a little bit about what's going on with that.
So we decided we were trying to figure out a way to extend our wings. For the first, shout out really to Great Gabriel Tyus of Keep Pushing Promotions, who's really been helping us expand our wings, right? So this is a lesson. A lot of times we see, I'm always cautious of people who drop like all the names. I'm not saying you shouldn't be excited about your accomplishments, but people who like, I work with Dolly Parton, and then, I work with President Obama, and then, there's all these things, but sometimes we don't see, sometimes we see the fruit of their labor. What I love about Gabe is he really works quite silently. And so he's been helping us connect to all these artists. And through that, we were able to have a great conversation on Fresh Friday with Mr. Linnell Smith. That was just a dope conversation. One of the best interviews I've had in like years. It was like a really dope conversation. And then we had a conversation this past Monday with one of my favorite people, Greg Haynes, Antoine Holman, and a couple other guests, Pastor Jay Windsor, Miss Princess, who's actually a gospel hip hop artist. And so it's been great. It's allowed us to expand our wings again. And I think get back into what we did when we first started, which was expanding ourselves to helping push independent artists. So it's been great. Thank you so much for trusting me with that. It's been good. You've had a lot of great reviews, and so this is cool.
Oh.
I think it's great that you would go beyond what we've been doing to give people that platform again to be heard and to be able to make things happen. I think it's amazing. Again, thank you for taking on this task and just making things happen. I look forward to checking it out even a little more. So again, we got Music Mondays and we have Freedom Fridays. Both of them will typically air at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. And here's what I want to do. I want to challenge you, Yolanda, and I want to challenge our listening audience. And I want to challenge you by, first of all, telling you that I want you to make sure that you, first of all, like and subscribe. I mentioned it a little earlier, but I want to make sure that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel because I want to be able to move content like this specifically straight to our YouTube channel to help us grow that network as well. So I know I mentioned it earlier, but you're saying how can I do it? All you got to do is simply scan that QR code in the upper corner, and it will take you directly to our YouTube page. All you have to do is just hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell, and that way you can be notified every time we go live. I definitely want to move these type of shows because this is that type of content that we want to be able to bring to our YouTube family and make things happen. So please, ma'am, please, sir, take a moment, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It will do you good. All right, y'all, let's move on. Ja'Cory, Yolanda, Ashlyn, we are officially in travel season. Ja'Cory, again, who just came back from a world tour in Georgia. Ashlyn, who is always in the air somewhere. Oh, Look at me throwing bars in the air somewhere. Look at young Dito, Dito the rapper. Anyway, Yolanda always traveling, doing something. I myself travel a little more than the average Joe. And I want to give us a couple of travel tips. Now, Jacory, I know you was just in the airport, so I'm sure you've seen a lot of what I'm getting ready to talk about. But two things that the TSA is suggesting that we don't do. Two things that TSA is suggesting that we don't do when we travel. Two things that they suggest we don't do. First and foremost is they are suggesting that you do not use the USB ports in the airports. Meaning, many people do, when you go to the airports, you plug, if you can't find a particular plug, you will use your USB port and plug it into, a USB port in an effort to charge your phone. TSA is strongly suggesting against that. They are doing that because people, who are smarter than us, are doing things to be able to tap into your phone and put things on your phone just by using the USB port. This is crazy that they can even do these type of things. But the USB port, you should not use the USB port. You should use your charging thingamajig. What do we call it?
Charger.
A portable charger if you have it, but you can use the plug with the two prongs. One of these. You use one of these and plug it into the port, to the actual power port, instead of using just the USB portion. Because when you use the power adapter thingamajig cube, then you're avoiding. I can't use your words. I'm trying to use my words. So you should use this thing, the power adapter, to charge your phone, and not just the USB port. Because plugging your USB port into the ports can bring different damage to your phone, that people can get into your phone and do different things. I did not know this, even as a person that works in tech. I did not know this. And then secondly, they're strongly suggesting that you should not use the public Wi-Fi at the airport. The public Wi-Fi you should not use.
Really?
Yes, and if you do use it, do not be on the public Wi-Fi and try to purchase things, because you're on the public. Anybody that's strong enough to get in on that network, they can tap in and be able to see what you're doing, get credit card information, addresses, all that type of stuff. So if you do use the public Wi-Fi, you should use a VPN, which is a virtual private network. It's something that you have to do additional. You can't use a VPN when you're using a public network. That will keep you from being thwarted by particular scammers and stuff like that. So Jacory, I know you was at the airport. I know you saw people. Now you can't tell who's on the Wi-Fi, but I know you saw people using the USB ports. Man, what's your thought on that, bro?
All day long, but I always plug into the real power source. So, it was all good. But what I will say, since we're right here, to help some of you, because, the ticket prices are kind of high right now, too.
Yes.
It would be wise for you to figure out who you're flying and purchase your ticket on their credit card. So apply for their credit card so you don't have to pay for your bag. You at least get one free. But the catch to it is to buy your ticket on that credit card. You can't just have the credit card. You got to buy your ticket on that credit card to save you a good $50. So that's just another little tip, to save you $50 so you can eat later on in the week.
That is good to know. And thank you, David Jones, who reminded me, Charging Block. Thank you, sir. And shout out to my guy, Gino Garrett in the building. He tried to write Dito, but then he put stole. Anyway, also shout out to Jonathan Johnson, who says that this is crazy, but it's good to hear these things that help us protect ourselves. Yes, sir. Now, Jacory, you mentioned something pretty good, man, that I wasn't going to talk about, but you have the Holy Ghost, and what you said will preach. Some of the things that you just mentioned will preach, man. But you mentioned about using your credit card, your airline credit card, so Southwest card, your Delta card, so forth and so on. Now, those of you who use Southwest, and I have a Southwest credit card, I've talked about it many times right here on this show. FYI, the yearly fee for the Southwest card is changing from $75 to $250.
Oh, Lord.
For those of you who have the Southwest card, which is funded by Chase, you pay $75 a year typically to have the card. Well, that fee come January is changing from $75 to $250. And they are telling people, hey, if you want to close your account, you can. Obviously, you have to pay everything off, but that is something that you may want to consider. Also, I talk about the American Express Platinum card, which I also have in my wallet. That fee is now jumping from $650 a year to $895 a year. So those are some things that y'all need to know. If you're looking at some of these credit cards, the yearly fees are starting to change and they are getting astronomical. So please, ma'am, please, sir, keep that in mind as well as you move forward. Shout out to Auntie Pooey, who is in the building, as well as her husband, Vincent. What's up, bro? And Vincent says USB is old school. He says beware of fake watches, Bluetooth, hard drive, wireless earbuds, and etc. That can all be used to access your phone. Very, very interesting. Darius Henson chimes in, and he says, Southwest, you get the free bag whether you pay with the card or not. That depends on what level of ticket you purchase. So that is something you need to know too. There are 3 levels.
Also, yeah.
So also keep all of those things in mind as you move forward.
All right, and before you leave, it would be wise for you to be Christian-like when you go to the customer service rep. Because honestly, if you go with a positive attitude, you may be able to get some of this stuff waived and our bag waived. But a lot of us carry Jesus, but when we walk up to people, we sit them down. So walk in excellence, be a mirror reflection, and watch the grace of God work magically for you.
Man, you're actually so right, bro. I mean, now I work in a tech support, customer service type environment, and what you're saying is absolutely correct. In my role, in the little company that I work, a little small tech company based in Silicon Valley that I work for, in my role, my word is law. Meaning that whatever I say or do, I'm never questioned about it. If I want to give you whatever I want to give you because I felt like it, I can. If I don't want to give you nothing, guess what? I don't have to. Now, when you're talking about this whole thing of using honey to use these type of things, it's easy to catch bees with honey. Listen, brother, you could not be more prophetic in that aspect, man, because I'm telling you, people call me all the time. Hey, I broke my phone, and my insurance just ran out. If they come on with the attitude of, let me tell you what you're gonna do.
Ooh.
Listen, not only will you not get what you're asking, you might end up with the yeah. I'm here to tell you. But when you're nice with people, as Jacory just mentioned, when I got stuck in Atlanta last year or year before last, trying to get to the Bahamas, and when I went back to the Delta counter to finally talk to somebody, the young lady I talked to, I said, hey, how you doing? She's like, great. How are you? I'm like, I'm good. Thank you for asking. And I said, listen, I'm having some little issues. Hopefully you can help me. And if you can, great. If you can't, I understand. It's a little dilemma. But we just had basic conversation. Now, the young lady who was with us, who normally is hanging out with us on here, I don't know if Gay is on today, but she was very upset. And she tried to talk first because she's the oldest of all of us. I said, hold on. She started talking crazy. I'm like, oh. You stand over there. I started talking to the young lady. By the time we got finished, she rerouted us to Miami. She had got us great seats, told us where to go to eat. She told us what hotel that we should use, and gave me a little piece of paper with a code to help me get the hotel at a better discount than I could even get us. And then the next morning, when she got through with everything, the trip to Miami was better than what we experienced when we went to the Bahamas. So I was so happy with what she did, and she was so nice to me. I ultimately dug in my pocket. I said, young lady, what's your name again? Is that right? Listen, I want to take you to lunch. Can I take you to lunch? And I shook $50 in her hand. She's like, you don't have to do that. I'm like, I know I don't, but because you are who you are and what you've done for us, I just want to be kind and nice to you. And when that whole thing was over, listen, there was nothing I couldn't ask for that she wouldn't have done. So you can catch bees with honey more than you can any other way. So anyway, shout out to Jacory, man. Great call out, bro. Great call out. Man, that I'm telling you, you're so right. Anyway, let's move on a little bit further. And in doing so, Ja'Cory brought up something and sent us something this morning that I want to definitely talk about today. A few weeks ago, Yolanda and Ashlyn, Ja'Cory, and I believe even Demetrius was on that show, had a conversation about how AI and music are starting to marry each other, where there was a particular song that went #1 that was AI generated, wasn't even a real artist. And that particular song went #1, and all these type of things happened. iHeartRadio, who is a major player in the radio game, has vowed not to play any AI generated music or any AI generated personalities. They guarantee that they are going to keep human programming on their station and on their network. I think that that is a major plus. AI is doing a lot of things. I mean, I've been seeing so much AI stuff that a lot of it's starting to look real. I got to look at things 3 and 4 times. I got to make sure, is that really? No, it can't be. No. AI has really just gone to a whole nother level. And we're just at the beginning stages of it. Can you imagine where we're going to be within the next year, 2 years, Yolanda, with AI type stuff? And I know you, Yolanda, use some AI stuff in your graphic design now, but the mere fact that this radio station has designated that they're not going to entertain AI-generated music. Yolanda, I start with you. What's your thought on that?
We don't have enough time for this conversation.
We'll try.
It's a lot. I just don't. My concern is that I think authenticity should not be replaced with artificial. And that was Jesus. So I want to hear Ja'Cory sing for real, right? So I saw something. I don't want to say the name of what I saw. I just want to kind of describe, okay? So I saw a pretty heavyweight name producer post something. The song, y'all, was phenomenal. But then I said, well, wait, who's singing? So now I asked, and by the way they actually responded, but kind of the way they responded suggested this wasn't a real person. Wait a minute.
Interesting.
Now they are a real person. So when I saw they did another post, okay, I'm trying not to be a preacher today. They did another post, and when they did another post, I'm closing my eyes because that's how it helps me. Okay, they did another post, and when they did the other post, they named a couple of people in the post that inspired this sound. Well, so I don't want to name names. What I do want to say is this: if you're going to do AI, I need you to give credit to the people that you're creating these sounds from. This is going to get really sticky really fast. So K Michelle right now is suing because at first people think like K Michelle be tripping. She's not. One of those vocal models was literally crafted or created around her actual voice.
Wow.
So when I saw this post yesterday, totally different person, and someone they listed who I know, again, I don't want to say niggas, who I know is extremely sensitive about their artistry. I said, this person would lose their, I can't be on Crystal Radio. They would lose their marbles if they saw this. Okay, so you know what you're trying to say. I'm trying to say authenticity is always better than artificial, period.
True.
But if you're going to do it, give proper credit. Don't just create something around my voice. I even see it happen in the AI, digital creative world. Today, a girl said, this is mine. I came up with this. So you can't just go post this on your page with my face and then get paid. I'm telling you, it's going to get sticky. Yeah. It's going to get sticky fast. Y'all can keep creating Michael Jackson in 1975 and make him in 1920 if you want to and think the Michael Jackson in the state is not going to come for you. It's like the artists. They just let it keep building. You keep making money. And then bam, you get sued.
That's interesting. Just got sued
for talking a whole bunch, and they thought, oh, no one's gonna sue me. I don't care. And the blogger got sued for like millions of dollars.
Oh wow,
You can't just steal stuff.
that's crazy.
And expect that no one's gonna say anything. That's how I mean. I feel 20 different ways about I feel deeply about the musical part.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there are people like all of us sitting here who've been doing this all of our lives. And I just think it's unfair to those people. If you want to be a writer, that's cool. But to come up and say you're singing, but you really put in a prompt, not cool.
Yeah. Ashlyn, I know you have something to say about this. Again, you being a singer that tours and have sang with many, many artists around the country and around the world, literally. I mean, how do you think about this? First of all, we start the conversation talking about iHeartRadio vows not to play AI-generated music, which I think is great, as well as not to replace their on-air personalities with AI-driven people. I think that's great. But tell me a little what you think about this whole situation.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think that more people are going to need to take a stance with this. AI, the danger, in my opinion, is that, excuse me, our ears are going to get tuned to AI music, which is what radio is for. Radio plays a song, they play it over and over and over again, and next thing you know, you hated it the first time you heard it, but now you can't help but sing it because it's just repeated over and over and over again. That's why we have a rotation of like 50, 30, 10, whatever artists that they play all the time, so that you get tuned to their sound. My sheep will hear my voice. Pay attention. AI sounds, now we're going to be tuned into the perfection of it. Like, music has changed over the years. Like, if you listen to music from the 60s, 70s, when Stax Records was prominent, you had that grit, you had that little knee on the record sound, right? And then we got tuned to that. But then when the digital age came, we got tuned to that. And then auto-tune came in and we got tuned to that. And then if you were flat or sharp, people were like, oh, they can't sing. But we're tuning our ear to whatever the sound is. And so AI, I think, is going to be changing the industry. Now, if you want to do it for fun, that's totally fine. But to create an artist from scratch out of thin air that doesn't actually exist, it has to pull influences from somewhere else. That's what AI does. It pulls the influence from somewhere else. So there are going to be infringement concerns. The other thing is, you can actually put your original, here's how you can use AI for good. You wrote a song, sung all the backgrounds, you sung the lead, you just want it to be mixed and mastered, and you don't have $10,000 whatever dollars to pay somebody to do it. You could put that in AI and it will mix it and master it and give it that smoothed out sound using your voice, your instruments, and your production and your song. Now, in that regard, I'm not mad at it, because you did write it, you did sing it, you did perform it. It is your creation. You're using AI to perfect it, kind of like how we do videos. Not mad at that. But if we continue to create false, imaginary people, we're going to start not knowing even what the human form actually looks like, and so that's where it gets deceptive. And so again, my sheep will hear my voice. We have to remember that we need to keep our ear tuned to what is real, what is actual, what God has created. This is all man-made. Now, we are going to say, well, God created the technology, or God gave somebody the idea to create the technology. But we have to remember, we are created in God's image, not the image of AI.
Absolutely. I like that. That is a good point that you made. Shout out to Dee Dee Felder, who is now in the building as well. Man, Jacory, bro, you brought this to our attention, man. So I know you have got some sort of thought on this whole thing, man. Tell me what you think about it, bro.
Well, I'm actually very, very happy to hear this, because I'm one of those artists who I've been listening to music all my life. And a true artist to me is not just an artist that can sing their hit song. A true artist is an artist that can sing at the drop of a hat and pull an ear, pull a listener, pull a heart, pull you from a place of stuck into a new place of I'm still here, and the river still moves. My thing is, I just feel like it's putting a handicap on the artists that are striving for excellence and quality, because it's just like, I can't fight with a computer at the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's, all I can do is fight. I can fight in the flesh, but I can't fight with no computer.
Yeah.
So I'm just praying that at the end of the day, that real artistry and real artists will start to rise to the top, because we've been living in a season where some of the artists that we are supporting really can't sing.
This is true.
So this is one of my issues, because my thing is, I hear a lot of the well-known artists, and it's just like, you can sing your song, but when we put you up at a funeral, I'm looking like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Or if you don't have a filter on your microphone, there's no quality and excellence in your sound. So we just got to pray. We got to come together and push through so we can get to.
I like that,
Can
man.
I add one more thought?
Yeah, go right ahead.
We said this on, we talked about this, what's today, on Monday. I also think, I said this, I just want to get this, oh God, it removes, I wanted for a long time, I wanted my music to be perfect, because I feel like music can be perfect. But the truth is, it's not. It's the imperfections that make it beautiful. I just received that from myself. Wow. And so it's like songs like Near the Cross, and he's singing, and it's the lady that hollers out in the back. You cannot replace that. It's songs like No Greater Love, Keith Pringle in the community choir, and Keith Pringle comes back in, and then you hear the people cheering. And, you can't replace those moments, right? It's like these moments that are completely imperfect, but they make these things perfect. So I agree with Jacory, and I agree with Ashton. It's like, I get it. You don't want to deal with us. You don't want to deal with our attitudes. You don't want to deal with, well, no, I'm not the attitude girl, but you don't want to deal with the attitude. But that's why you should bring A&R back. But I think all those things is what helps. We know what we love about Mary J. is we hear her soul.
Mm-hmm.
And so when she's singing these songs, she's been walking through all these things, but that girl gut wrenches to our soul. That's irreplaceable. You cannot replace that with AI.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like the way you're thinking, and I want to mention two more things, and then cover a couple more things really quick. So my bro Gino Garrett mentioned a little earlier. He said that Morgan Freeman, actor extraordinaire and the voice of Hollywood to a degree, Morgan Freeman is suing an AI company right now for using his face and his voice. Then my bro Vincent Johnson chimes back in. He says that Disney has been creating false people for years. He says AI isn't going anywhere. He says now you have to be strategic in your use of AI, because it is there to enhance what we already have, not to be replaced. Kind of like what Ashton just said, that you should be using it to enhance what you've already created, to knock off the rough edges, or to kind of do things that you couldn't normally do in terms of mixing and mastering, in terms of music, that is, to make things happen. So great conversation, great topic. Thanks, Jacory, for bringing that to our forefront. And you mentioned, the things about being authentic and things about you want to hear great music. Well, this December is going to definitely be a December to remember, as we start this coming Saturday at 7 p.m. in the city of Oakland. You can catch the holiday concert, Hope in Harmony. Tickets are available. You should be able to see the QR code on the screen. Tickets are available. The event starts at 7 p.m. there at the Paramount Theater. Now, Jacory, are you participating in this?
I will be featured in this particular event when it comes to fashion and singing. So yeah, y'all come check me out.
Come check him out. Come check out Jacory this coming Saturday. You can also check me out. I should have had a different flyer, but anyway, you can check me out this coming Sunday night in Oakland, California, at my home church where I grew up, Good Samaritan Cathedral. As my bro Reg Murray does a Night of Hope concert. And it's going to be some good stuff. The song he even has me singing. It has me studying and remembering and going down memory lane. It's going to be a great night out. This particular event is free. This coming Sunday at 6 p.m. at Good Samaritan Cathedral in Oakland, California. Next week on Friday, we all are heading back to Oakland to the Calvin Simmons Theater. As Marcus McCauley does his famed Holiday at the Temple. I believe this is the 10th year anniversary. He's got a plethora of artists. You can see Ashlyn Cole nestled in that flyer and in that roster of people that's going to be participating. And special guests will be the incredible Dr. Dorinda Clark Cole of Detroit, Michigan. She will be a part of that as well. Last but not least, next Sunday, the 14th, at Glad Tidings at 3 p.m., we will have Joe Douglas and JJ Hairston joining us for this particular event. Tickets are available. As a matter of fact, I can go an extra step further and put this particular QR code on the screen. You can simply scan this QR code, and if you use the promo code Shop Talk as one word, Shop Talk, you will get $5 off of your ticket. Tickets are only $20 in the first place, but you can be able to make that happen. Lastly, if you are listening today and you want to go to this show on at Glad Tidings, I happen to know the Minister of Music, and he has allowed me to be able to give away a pair of tickets today. I can give away a pair of tickets. If you want to go next Sunday to hear Joe Douglas, Glad Tidings International Mass Choir, and JJ Hairston, simply put in the chat, I want to go. And I will reach out to you to make sure that I give you a pair of tickets on the Minister of Music of Glad Tidings. I hear he is a nice guy. So if you want to go, just type in the chat, I want to go, and we will send you a pair of tickets on behalf of Shop Talk. All right. Again, you can scan that QR code in the upper corner and use the promo code Shop Talk as one word and be able to get you some tickets. All right, y'all. I'm looking up at the clock. We're not out of conversation. We never are, but we're just merely running out of time. But before we go, Ashlyn, quick question. You are in the media business and you are an artist and you do a whole lot of things. If you were to get the perfect Christmas gift based around what you do in media and singing, all that kind of stuff, what would be the perfect Christmas gift for you?
Oh, wow. I think that the perfect Christmas gift for me would be the camera that D-Toll uses for his streaming. If you take a look at D-Toll, if you could come back on the screen, if you take a look at the way that D-Toll has a very expensive camera that he uses. I believe it's a Nikon. Is it a Nikon or it's
Sony. All Sony. Everything Sony.
Sony. Okay. Yes, it would help me to get my podcasting idea off the ground. And so yes, that would be a perfect Christmas gift.
I see. I'm with you. I like the way you're thinking. Ja'Cory, man, you're in the media, you're in podcasting, all these type of things that we do. If you were to get the perfect Christmas gift during this season based around what it is that you do, what would it be?
You know what? I think I need me a microphone. I need me a good microphone. That's what I need.
Oh, okay. I like the way you're thinking. Last but not least, Yolanda Morant, who does everything in media and online services, graphic design, so much more. Now she's hosting Music Mondays, Freedom Fridays, all these great things. If you were to get the perfect Christmas gift, Yolanda, what would it be?
My mom.
Oh.
Crying them. We're not finna start crying. We ain't finna do that. Yeah, we
No.
about to mess me up.
That's the greatest gift. But a new laptop, that would be the best gift in the world for me in real life.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Now I know that you are a PC girl, so I can't really help in that fashion. But
I would switch over if it was a gift. I would switch over. I've been a PC girl. So nobody believes me. I've been a PC girl since I started.
Interesting. Okay, that's good to know. So you would consider switching over to Apple or to a Mac?
Yeah, I would switch over.
Okay. I'm not mad at you. Obviously, I use Apple products exclusively. Ashlyn does as well. Ja'Cory also. Demetrius does too. I'm very shocked that you don't use. I know you have an iPhone, but we'll talk about that another time.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, that's good to know. So you all have. I am not Santa. Just so y'all know, I'm not here to fulfill your gifts or your needs. But
you don't know, anything can happen in 31 days. And
anything can happen. We can't make it a December to remember. So it is all good. Listen, I'm looking up at the clock. It is time for us to get ready to go. But before we go, on behalf of the incredible Ashlyn Tara Cole, Ja'Cory Prothro, Yolanda Quincella Morant, my name is Demetrius Tofree. Until the next time on this same Shop Talk Network at this same Shop Talk time, you know how we do it. You can help us say it. I'll Ikono. Holla.
Holla.